Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rena, and today I will be doing a book talk on The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. Now I know I'm a bit late getting in on this book, but for those of you who didn't know, I was in school for 2 years and there was absolutely no time for me to read, so I'm just now getting back into reading and I'm catching up on all the good books. So, be patient with me when it comes to your favorite book. I'm sorry if I haven't read it just yet. I wanted to do this video outside because it's so nice today, and why not use the opportunity for the perfect lighting, How else do you describe this book other than, what the Funyun? It's insane. This book was driving me insane. For those of you who don't know, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer is about a girl named Mara Dyer who wakes up in the hospital and has no recollection of the accident that she's just been in. So she's suffering from PTSD. She decides that her and her family need to move to Florida to get rid of all the bad juju, all the bad vibes around her. So moving to a new school, making new friends. At the same time, she's suffering from PTSD and is just going crazy, out of her mind. She has no idea what's going on. She's seeing things, she's hearing things are happening around her. The pace of the book is kind of changes every so often. You'll get to moments where crazy stuff is happening and it'll be fast paced, so vivid, so just insane things are happening, and then all of a sudden the book will slow down and you're kind of like, what is going on? I need answers. I don't understand what's happening. This entire book had me on the edge of my seat. The book was told in first person through Mara's perspective. Now I will say that she's kind of like an unreliable narrator, mainly because she doesn't remember the accident. There are things that she doesn't understand, and you as a reader, you won't understand, obviously, because she's not understanding it. Nothing is really answered in this book. It's just crazy shit's going down in this book. That's all I'm gonna say. The word I will literally use to describe this book is insane. I found this story to be entertaining, to be thrilling. Like, my heart was pounding the entire time. Characters were great. Some of them are really well developed. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I would have given this a 5, but there were a couple problems that I had with the book, and that'll be in the spoiler section of the video. I found myself loving Mara, the protagonist. I found myself loving Noah, the love interest. And a lot of the secondary characters, they're very, very well developed. Although the secondary characters weren't mentioned as much as I'd like them to be, I'd like them to be more a part of the story. There weren't many scenes where a lot of the secondary characters were playing a big part. Overall, the book was great. It was amazing. It was insane. I was going crazy. I didn't understand it, and any of this book just blows your freaking mind. Please go, if you have not read this book, please go pick it up and go read it. It's that good. Please. That'll be it for the non-spoiler section of my video. And please, if you have not read it, go pick the book up, go read it, come back, watch the rest of it, we can discuss it. Happy reading. Now, for those of you who have stayed, I hope you have read the book. Where to even start? How about in the beginning of the book, where there's that weird letter thingy from Mara? And she's like, my name's not Mara Dyer, but my lawyer told me that I had to choose something. Like, what was up with that? I wanted an explanation for that, and I did. Oh my god, I'm confused. Like, throughout the entire book, I was like, is it ever gonna go back to it? Is this gonna be, like, mentioned in later books? Is that what's gonna happen? I don't understand. Mara. How do you guys feel about Mara? I loved Mara because she was just so sassy, and she literally gave no Fs. She spoke her mind. She was so sassy when it came to Noah. Like, she'd snap back at him, and it was great. It was so amazing. I kind of hated how in the beginning of the book she was shielded from everything. Like, I get she has PTSD, you shouldn't add more stress on her, but there are some things that shouldn't have been kept from her. Like her mom shouldn't have been making those decisions for her. I did love how her character developed and she learned how to trust again after losing her best friend, her asshole of a boyfriend, and her asshole of a boyfriend's bitchy sister. I think she was just a great protagonist, and when she was going down, like, basically you kind of fell in love with her, and if she was gonna go down in flames, then the reader was gonna go down in flames. Like, that's literally how the book was. Then that's the crazy part, that as she's going crazy, you're going crazy, and it's just she we're all gonna go to hell apparently, because Mara's gonna go to hell, so we're just gonna follow her there until we understand what's going on. Where does she get these powers? I don't understand. This book left so many questions, like, unanswered, and it's just so, it's so aggravating. She has powers, Noah has powers, Jude is alive, what's going on? Moving on to Noah. I don't know if I could have got through this book without Noah, namely because she was going batshit crazy. She had no idea what was going on, and Noah kept her, like, sane. I will say, in the beginning of the book, I did kind of hate Noah just because he was a man whore. I didn't appreciate him. Like, like, I didn't think he was genuine until he literally told her, "I've heard your voice before, like, in my dreams." Like, that's the moment he said that, I was like, okay, this guy's genuine. Like, he's not just trying to hit it and quit it with her. Like, he needs to be with her because he's heard her before. Noah and Mara, they're so perfect for one another because they're just so sassy. They snap at one another. They give no F's. They'll speak their mind, and that was great. And Noah's character development, like I said before, he changed because of Mara. Like, he changed his attitude, except for when they were at the party, which I don't understand. Like, was he trying to man whore and then all of a sudden was, like, caught red-handed? It was confusing to me. It was. If you can explain it, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear what your theory on it was. My realistic problems with Noah, though, was there an end to his perfection? Like, he was British. He was, stacked up with, his parents were stacked. He was good looking. Like, was there an end to his, like, he has powers. Like, he has healing powers. Was there an end to his perfection? I don't understand it. I did love when he defended Mara with the sketchbook when Anna, I'm going all frozen here, Anna. When Anna stole her sketchbook and was like, "Oh, look, she's drawing Noah and she's like a weirdo." I love how Noah stepped up and was like, "Well, I was modeling for her." Like, yo, none of your business, girlfriend. Like, come on. Now, moving on to our antagonist, Anna. Oh my god, could she be any more basic? She was like a basic mean girl. Like, when she put the piece of paper on, was that her that put the piece of paper on Mara's back? Like, I don't understand. Like, is that what it was? Like, and if it was on, like, Anna, then geez, like, how old are you? Are you in middle school? I'm sorry. Like, a piece of paper on her back? Like, what is this? This is high school. This isn't middle school. My problem with Anna the most was the fact that she got Jamie kicked out of school. Jamie was her only, Jamie was Mara's only support inside the school, and she took that away. Like, her only friend. Now, the secondary characters, I wish they kind of played more of a part in the book, because the secondary characters were pretty well rounded. Like, Jamie was a sassy black Jewish guy who happened to be bi. Like, how more well rounded do you need? Joseph and Daniel, they were like the perfect brothers. Like, I loved how Daniel was kind of protective of Mara in the beginning of the book. I love how cute Joseph is. Like, he wants to make connections, and he's only, I don't even remember how old he is. He's a teenager, and he wants to make business connections, and he's sending texts about stocks. Like, how great is that? And on top of that, why wasn't she taking her, like, she was obviously hallucinating when she's seeing dead people in the mirror. Like, why wasn't she taking the pills to begin with? Like, that should have been my first, like, thought. Like, I would have been like, oh, I'm seeing things, I need to take my medicine. For me, my favorite scene of the entire book was when, with the bathtub and the earrings, like, she just stuck her hand in, was sitting there for 2 hours, and then it turns out the earrings were still on her ear, and she was just, you were like, what is going on? Why are you going crazy? I don't understand it. Oh my god. This book left lots of unanswered questions. I didn't. Like, she has powers, Noah has powers. Why do they have these powers? I want to know, like, were they born with these powers? Did something happen to them as kids that they got these powers? Like, are they gods in a sense? Like, you know what I mean? Here Mara is killing abusive dog owners. Her Spanish teacher, who was a bitch, by the way, like, I'm glad it was a fictional character because they deserve, like, the Spanish teacher deserved to die. Like, oh my god. Um, what else? She was killing alligators. She was killing insects. And then here Noah was like healing things. Here he healed Mara's burned arm. And at the end of the book, Jude is alive. What is going on? It makes me have to, like, I have to look back at the entire book and wonder, was was she really hallucinating, or was Jude doing these things? Like, how was Jude alive? I don't get it. I'm excited to pick up the other two books and give them a read. I know a lot of people were disappointed with the third book, but I'm gonna read it anyway and be the judge for myself, so I can figure out, how this series ends. I want to know what happens tomorrow. I want to know what happens to Noah, what happens with Jude. So I'm really excited to see how this one ends. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you stick around and watch the rest. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is